Now I have to start this video off by saying Hollywood has given us premium bangers.
Say hello to my little friend!
Films quoted for years that left a mark on a generation, which led fans running to the movie theatres faster than Forrest Gump for a woman who would never love him back, to legendary actors and their grandiose speeches.
Talking to me? Well, who the hell else are you talking to? Talking to me?
With all of that being said, there have been a secret lurker: Korean content. Now I use the K instead of using the C because it just it's befitting to use the...
Such a lameness.
Whether it's a K-drama or a Hollywood blockbuster, great storytelling connects people. The Korean creators have developed a unique approach that's captured viewers around the world. I'm breaking down why Korean content feels different. For years, K-movies and their culture have spread like wildfire. The sort of vibe of wearing the coolest trainers to school and no one knew you could afford them. Korean pop is a phenomenon. Korean movies and TV shows had us gripped to our seats like Daniel Kaluuya in a sticky situation. We'd fallen in love with some characters, hated some, and wanted to hate but found it hard to. The production level, the acting prowess, the crisp storytelling only add to the legend of the hard work that goes into each project. For example, Oldboy, a cult classic, a classico, an artifact, bonkers at some parts but truly great cinema. The director Park Chan-wook explores revenge, redemption and the human psyche, with the legendary actor Choi Min-sik as the lead. If you haven't watched this film yet, now is the time. As you know, life hits us harder than a Nigerian dad stressed from work. Moreover, this cinema classic solidifies Oldboy as a timeless masterpiece that continues to captivate movie lovers
To this day!
The one-shot fighting style is often imitated but dense compared to the skill that Chan-wook produced. Like, what's this guy doing on the right? Anyway, I give major props to the developers at Slowcap for making an amazing game released in 2022 called Sifu, which has similar themes as Oldboy and The Raid. As the years went by, various Korean directors established themselves as respected trendsetters in how to make a great film. Movies with profound cinematography, blurring the lines between fiction and reality, as you will see in The Wailing or 2009's The Mother. If there's not a clean slap or a dirty fly kick in a Korean film, then stop watching it right now. It means the director did not follow the formula, and trying to do it your own way,
That don't work.
Now, go check it out for yourselves if you think I'm lying. I think I would be here forever listing all the films you should watch. If that's the case, let me know on the comment section below. But this is when things get a bit spicy because I'm going to speak about another banger. Weak Hero Class 1 is one of the most underrated K-dramas in my opinion. It premiered in 2022 but did not gain global recognition because it wasn't available to international audiences. The good thing is, you can watch it now on Netflix. The story follows Yeon Seon, a smart kid but a sitting target for bullies. And let me tell you, throughout most of the episodes, this kid just wanted to be left alone. They had him most of the time just standing there like Goku when he lost Krillin. This kid is not afraid to commit murder. Think about someone who thought about it but didn't go through with it. As the story progresses, he makes friends. We find out, well, he has a heart after all and does all that he can to restore order in his school for bored adolescents by being the unlikely knight in puberty armor. The acting was so intense and believable. This guy got me googling him to find out what he eats for breakfast because he was just unstoppable. I had to see if it was really about that life. But let me take you back to Hollywood films. At one point, almost every film became repetitive and predictable. Sex scenes in the middle of the plot, which had no business being there. Some start at the beginning of the film just because, and romance, more romance, kisses, more kisses, and more, and can we just get to the plot already? What happened to when a kiss meant something? Back in the day, they used to build a kiss like it was special with sparks flying in the air. Now, just be giving it out like free turkey during Christmas. I know I sound like Johnny Fontaine crying, but I'm right, it's true. For example, I'll give you an example, My Name. The main character did not kiss with her love interest until the ending half of the show, even though the scene did get quite steamy. But I'm sure you guys, you get my plot. You get my point. But this is not a video to trash Hollywood. Hollywood has given us some of the greatest films ever made. Films that feed generations. Hollywood created the blueprint that the rest of the world studied. Its influence, storytelling, filmmaking, visual effects, acting, and even gaming cannot be overstated. And lately they started to cook. At the time of this video, films are beginning to have meaning. Original ideas and stories are coming through the narrow door. We have passionate game developers who care for their fans instead of microtransactions. I see more risks taken. Memorable characters that make actors stars. For the first time in a while, it feels like everybody is competing to make something great again. And honestly, that's a win for all of us, because competition creates classics. Which brings me to the conclusion of the matter. Korean directors have mastered most genres of films. Their horror movies don't pull jump scares every 5 seconds just to keep you awake. Films like The Wailing is a great example of this. The film uses simple lighting, makeup, and effective dialogue to keep the audiences guessing. Koreans have their own humor that is always the source of their films. It somehow slips into every type of film without skipping a beat. Watch it for yourself, and if you know, you know. What used to feel like a hidden gem from another part of the world is now standing shoulder to shoulder with the biggest productions on the planet. They've earned their place at the table. So when people ask whether K-dramas can compete with Hollywood, I think we're past that conversation now. The real conversation is whether they're already on the same level. And I think they are. Anyway, that's enough from me. If you've got any Korean films or shows you think I need to watch, drop them in the comments below. Like and subscribe. One love.